It's all of us. We slander everyone every single episode.
Yeah, we're like,
Except
okay.
Jonah hasn't caught enough of it yet. We
Oh
gotta.
no, he has. He told some embarrassing stories.
Yeah, but we haven't made fun of him enough. And since he's not here, I feel like I can punch him right now. Like while he's not here to defend
I feel like
himself.
that's why you shouldn't.
Yeah, Jonah, I'm shouting you out. You a bitch. Come find me about it. And here we are. Welcome back to the Uncomfortable Silence podcast, where we take our
Good morning,
where we do
Vietnam.
2 takes. What? We've got Dominick on today. Say hello, Dominick.
What up? What up, guys?
Yeah,
It's
man.
your boy.
I'm so excited for
Yes,
this
sir.
podcast. We didn't
Yeah,
get
this
Jonah
is gonna
on.
be good.
Jonah really wanted to be on this one too.
I really do wish that we had gotten Jonah on here, but it's okay.
I'll come back for the next one then.
Yeah,
sounds
yeah.
good.
We told him we have
If
to
we
do
can
that
get it
one.
worked out at the same time with all 4 of us, that could be pretty hectic, and I think that'd be really good. It would kind of undermine the point though, because the whole point is to leave space for as much uncomfortable silence as possible. And if there's 4 of us, it just feels like, there's too many people to actually like generate content, and that's not what we do here. So that could be a problem. We might have to address that.
I mean, every now and then you say something pretty sus, and then it just leaves room for the.
I mean, Kaden's just like that. He's always sus.
I think he
I always
likes it.
have been.
He thrives. in it.
Yeah, why don't we, you know what, that's actually a good segue into the first Piss Fast Top Dick for the day.
You have one?
I do. Well, I just came up with it, which is I figured we could talk about how Dominick and I know each other, because this is a really good segue from me being weird as hell.
I like it.
So yeah, Dominick, do you want to tell the story?
I guess I can tell my side of the story. I don't know how your side of the story is, considering all your sussiness, but
Okay.
I guess I can do that. Let's see. That would have been fall of 7th grade. Let's see, fall of 7th grade, because that's when we went on that's when I went on my first retreat at church, with the youth group. And this was the fall retreat, so it was like it was like a fall retreat. They take you to like a retreat house and stuff like that. Of course, being myself, I knew nobody going in. Did not know anybody there, or maybe I knew like a couple people. Everyone starting to get to know people, but still wasn't the most. I wasn't the most like outgoing or sociable, or outgoing person of all time. And let's see.
I feel that.
I can take over if you need.
I mean, yeah, you'll probably have to fill in some spaces, because all I remember is the getting into it, and then the what part, but
Yeah, of course.
everything else that you
The
forget.
what?
Okay, yeah, I'll get to that. So it was a pretty similar experience for me. We both went to the same church, and the church went on this retreat during the fall, and we were both on it, and we were both coming into 7th grade at the time. And I also didn't really know anybody there. And for some reason, I found that middle schoolers have this ability to just like generate serotonin at the same level as like most drugs, just like spontaneously, if they're in a group. So that was kind of what happened. One night we were all sitting around like in the common area of one of the houses, and we were playing little games and like singing worship songs, because it was a retreat. And for whatever reason, I'm sitting next to this guy, and I got no idea who this guy is. But I don't even know exactly how it came up. But for some reason, we decided that the idea of taking a cow and giving it criminal amounts of methamphetamine would be hilarious. So we just sat there in the back of this group.
Are we? Wait, go ahead.
Yeah, so we're just sitting here in the back of this group for like probably 3 or 4 hours while everyone else is worshiping, and just giggling to ourselves about like just saying cow on meth back and forth and just laughing our asses off, just like, yo dude, cow on meth. Oh. And then so I think we did we exchange numbers or emails or something, or did we not talk again until we went to the same middle school? I don't actually remember how 7th and 8th grade went for us, but I mean, I know we still went to the same church, So I think we might have run into each other once or twice, but I don't think we actually
Well, we would
started
have gone
talking
to
regularly until
youth
8th
group.
grade.
We would have gone to youth group together, but in terms, you didn't come to you didn't come to Powell until 8th grade. So
Yeah.
I was still by myself. No, not really, but I was still at Powell when you came, but it would have been mainly at church. But I think we probably would have exchanged numbers, or more so like your house number, your like mom's number or something.
Yeah, yeah, probably. I didn't. For anyone who doesn't know, I really just did not have my phone back then. That was like the common punishment that my parents would do to me, would just be to take away my phone, and I was a piece of shit when I was in middle school. So I basically just never had it.
I believe that.
So yeah, I mean, I used to use like
also,
the landline at my house, or like
you would
email
no,
people.
the other, you would use your laptop to text. Remember?
Yeah, I had like one of those text now website things that I would text out of.
Yeah, so we would like text using that, or kind of contact each other with that.
Yeah, something that was brought up to me recently is that Jonah, who has been my friend for about as long as Dominick has, actually, we also met in 7th grade. And Jonah saved every single phone number that I ever used. And throughout middle and high school, you know, my little workarounds for not having a phone of my own, I wound up having 8 different phone numbers at one point or another. Before I finally got one that I could regularly text from. So that was a saga. But that's how I met Dominick, and we've kind of been chilling ever since. So
that's pretty sick. I realized that like this podcast is me bringing on you, and then you bringing on your friends, and I just don't have anybody.
Yeah, you can leave if you want.
Yeah, no, I just
that'd be pretty funny actually if you just weren't on your own podcast.
That'd be sick.
Finally, someone else other than me is third wheeling.
Oof.
That's how I felt when Jonah. I was introduced to Jonah. I was just like, there's stories I'm not a part of, and I was like, oh, okay.
Don't worry, he felt the same way. I'm just the middleman in all of these. But you guys do know each other like a little bit, though, right?
Yeah, we went to Powell.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we all went to. I don't know how long. I forget how long you were at Powell, Dre, but I'm fairly sure you were there in 8th grade for sure.
Yeah, I was there like half of the end of the year, I think, and I just.
Okay.
Like gotcha. Most of my past is kind of like blocked out, so this is a really like I like podcasting and just talking about it, because like I'm slowly remembering some of the stuff from my past, which is weird. Like I'll be like, oh yeah, that happened, and it's just most of it was just like just cringe, and I'm glad I forgot about it. So it's, you know,
it is kind of amazing that we're learning this together.
Well, I would quit. Anyone who says that their middle school history was not cringe, I would instantly be questioning their humanity.
Yeah,
so,
oh yeah, I mean, if you peaked in middle school, you are not a nice person or someone who is fun to be around. Like, I mean, I suppose there is a spectrum, right? Like, there is people who peaked in middle school, but also people who like were just kind of normal and they just hated it like everyone else. And then there's DeAndre and I, who are on the furthest other end of the spectrum, where it's like, dear God, please erase this from the memories of all involved.
I was a terror
because I just, dude, I was too, bro. I cannot. Oh God,
I have
things that,
a story I remember. It was before I was in Powell, and this will kind of sum up like some of the things I remember and why my past was like erased. But the reason I had like a flexible ruler is because I don't know if it was flirting or if I was just playing with somebody, but I would have like a plastic ruler and I was like slapping people with it. So I'd like bend it back and slap it like under a desk and be like, haha, that's so funny, right? And then I was doing that one day, both hands like under the table, and I just hear snap, and I was like, oh, and I pull up both hands and I have 2 halves of a ruler. So I was like, hey mom, I told her exactly what happened. I didn't like lie. I was trying to smack somebody with this, and I was bending it back and it snapped in half. And she was like, oh, you need a flexible ruler then. And I just got a like light blue flexible ruler. It was the most fun thing. It hurts so bad when you hit people with it too. It was amazing. It stung.
Yeah, sorry, continue.
No, that was it. It stung really bad, and I was like, this is a game changer for me.
I never really did anything like that. That was pretty interesting. Most of my horrifying. So real quick, I'll just say this: after we each get one story out of the way, I think we should move to like what we're doing now, just because I don't want to do 3 straight episodes of just
Story time.
stories, cringe stories from our past. So we should move into future-oriented
Are you
topics
telling me
after
cringe
this.
stories are not what podcasts are? Like
I don't want to think about it any more than this. And I'm about to bring out the big guns. By the way, this is a rough one. So just prepare yourselves. So it was either the last episode or the one before. I told the story of the number 157, which was like a significant thing for my friends and I, and it was because of this girl who I liked in 7th grade, who I just like, I don't know what I was thinking. And she embarrassed me very much when I asked her out. And it kind of just became a code with us. But in 8th grade, I had a much worse encounter. And by encounter, I mean non-encounter with a girl. Because I was actually fresh off of the 157 thing that I was talking about last time. And then I transferred to Powell with Deidre and Dominic here. And I had this science class with this girl. And it had a seating chart. So she couldn't leave. That's a really bad way to start this off.
No, that's the best way to start.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah.
No, it's not.
Well, maybe for you, Kaden, but for the rest of us, it's better.
Yeah. Well.
Would you make eye contact randomly and then you just think you're in love?
No, it's worse actually. So
How?
she sits. So the way that this class was structured, like there was the whiteboard at the front, and then like the desks were in a U shape, and it was tables, not desks.
I think I remember
So,
this. Wait, when was this?
So it was like this big room, and the tables kind of like circled around the whiteboard. I was sitting in the very back of the room, which means that I was one of the only like tables that was actually facing directly at the board, and then everybody who was on the sides was like kind of, facing into the center of the room, and they had to turn their head left or right to look at the board. And I was sitting right in the back left corner of this class, and then there was this girl, Sophia, who was sitting in the left area, and she was like next to me, but like around the corner. So she was looking away from me the whole time, but I was looking in her direction because she was between me and the board. And what I would do, I don't know if I was like traumatized from my experience with 157 the last semester and it just like psyched me out for talking to women, but what I did instead was I just stared at her like fucking dead eye, just like zoned in, stared at her, and she noticed
looking into space
so many times. Like she'd look over and then I would just like look away like nothing happened. And I just did that like every fucking day for like a whole semester. And that was it. That was the only, like, that was the extent. Actually, it wasn't. Oh, no. I just remembered the worst part. Oh.
She wants you, bro.
Oh, no. Okay. Are you ready? You're not ready. You're not ready for the worst part. No, I'm not even going to tell that part.
No, you have to. No, you have to.
No,
you have to.
I have to skip that part.
The cat's already out of the bag. You gotta
exactly.
God. Okay, so our laptops had these cameras that could, like, swivel.
Oh. You did not take a picture of her.
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
bro.
Kaden.
Okay, but no.
Kaden was down bad.
Kaden
was down bad.
How does it get worse? How does it get worse than you taking secret pictures of her?
2 years later, I'm in high school now. It's like my sophomore year, and I'm chilling with my friend, my friends at the time. And they're like, trying to like merge our group, I guess, with this group of girls, and just kind of make like a bigger friend group. And guess who's in the women's group?
Sophia.
And so like two of the guys who were in my group were like over there talking to their table, and this guy like I can kind of see them like pointing ish, and the other guy comes back and he's like, "Yo, Kaden, why did you like stare at Sophia and like photograph her?" And I'm like, "Oh no." She knew and she still remembers.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's something you forget.
Yeah, I would remember too. It was fucking mad creepy.
How would you know if how would they know if someone took a pic? Well, if you took a picture of
Because what I didn't realize until I checked like afterwards is that when you actually took the picture, this little blue light flashed on the Chromebooks,
oh,
so you could tell.
massive
Dude, it
Oh,
was.
bro.
I don't. I cannot believe that I'm like actually thinking about this right now. Yet another
Was that on,
installment in my worst regrets and the things that still traumatize me to this day.
I'm so glad we decided to
was
make a
that picture
podcast.
on purpose or was that on accident? Like you legit took that picture on purpose?
No, I meant to take that
Yeah,
picture.
no, Dominic. Those are swivel cameras. You had to turn that shit
Yeah,
all the
you
way
had to like
around.
physically flip the camera, and then it wasn't like there was a button on the camera. You had to open the camera app and like click the thing.
That's
Like
dedication.
there was no way to accidentally take a picture facing outward. Oh God.
Oh, Kaden was down bad for
He
real.
was so
Dude.
down bad.
Dominic, please tell an embarrassing story so I can stop thinking about this. Please.
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can
fuck.
tell one off the top of my head. My memory's not that great.
Yeah, it's okay. We can move to.
I think we should
if I-
sit on
if
this
I-
for a little bit. We should sit on this for a second.
Yeah, let's take some
Let's soak
uncomfortable
in.
silence real quick.
Just the swivel camera pictures. Oh, that's.
Oh, dude.
Oh. Oh, we can come back to embarrassing stories if you can't think of one right now. We can see what we're doing now in our
I
lives.
guarantee, like
I have
something
so
will
many
just
more.
pop into my head. Something will just pop into my head, and then I'll be like, "Yo." If anything, wait. Let's see. Were there any?
My
I don't know
childhood
if I'd
was
say
flawless.
Man.
Let's see. Were there any? Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I'd say no. This was embarrassing. Yeah, this will count.
Okay.
So this would have been So at the time I was taking. Would this be sixth grade or seventh grade? No, this would be sixth grade. I was taking the Family and Consumer Sciences class. No.
Ooh, I like
no,
that
I'm
class.
ahead.
That was a fun one.
No, that's the wrong class. It had the same teacher but different class. It was 21st century computer science, 21st century 21st century technology, computers.
Okay.
And so sometimes like this was around when like Pandora was still popular and like all the music apps were getting kind of or not when all the
SoundCloud.
music apps were all that stuff was coming
Yeah.
out. But Pandora was the biggest one at the time when people would use it, and like this teacher, like she would allow us to use it sometimes when we would do like computer work in class or when working on something, put your headphones in, whatever. And so so today I just figured, hey, we're gonna do some computer work. It's gonna be another typical day. I'll get the tab ready, like not even think about it, just have it ready to open up, sign into. And she comes into the class and like talks about the assignment, what we're gonna do, and we're like, no, we're not gonna do music today. So I'm like, oh, okay, makes sense. So I go over to close the tab, I click on it, and then I it looks like I'm signing into Pandora when I'm not. I'm trying to exit out of the tab,
Mm-hmm.
and she starts accusing me of like, we're not gonna do music today. We're okay. She must have like yelled at me or something, or gotten a little bit extra frustrated with me.
Yeah, it's
I was
one of
like,
those days,
okay, yeah, it's like, okay, I didn't do anything, and just I was trying to exit out of the tab, and so I exit out of the tab or whatever, and then I just have this habit where I like to hum, or I like to hum sometimes, just kind of quietly or whatever, and for whatever reason, my humming angers this teacher so much that like she thinks I'm causing a disturbance and distracting people from doing their work. So she basically puts me, like, I'm not even kidding you. She puts me in timeout in the freaking corner of the class.
What?
bro.
Or she separated me from the class just because I was distracting the class or whatever. And then like I don't think detention existed, but I ended up getting like a written note. Well, no, my teacher ended up sending like an email to my parents, and like I like claiming that I was disrupting the class and humming and playing music, and I was like, bruh, I didn't do that. I didn't do that on purpose. I was trying to exit out of the friggin'
You
app and
troublemaker.
like
He's ruthless. Yeah,
like
horrible.
Middle
it's
school
still
teachers had one. Were on one, man.
Well, I don't blame them. They're
Like, I
middle
mean, yeah,
school
no, I
teacher.
would be
Like,
too, dude. I used to think I was so smooth with the like switching apps,
alt
like playing
tabbing.
it, yeah, like alt tabbing when I'm playing a game on my computer, and then just quick alt tab, and like I'd be like sitting there like actively focusing on this game, and then she'd be like Kaden, and I'd like alt tab and like sit back like what, huh? What's
Yeah,
going
I'm
on?
not.
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
there's
yeah.
no fucking way that it wasn't really obvious what I was doing.
She's like, why are you taking
Um,
pictures of other girls in class right now? You're like, I alt tabbed. I don't know what you're talking about.
you ever considered killing yourself, DeAndre?
You've said that in the last like 3 episodes. You might be serious.
Yeah, I'm actually asking. It's a real question at this point. You know what? Answer.
There's so many middle school stories, but we should
dude,
drift away
mine-
from this
mine get
topic
worse.
because they
I think
just
we
they just
should-
get worse and worse as you remember them.
I think we should just go on to future-oriented topics. So what's everyone up to now?
Life, busy.
Yeah, what are you doing in life? How about you, Dominic?
well, that is a interesting story, my dude. So where do you want me to? Well, actually, no. Well, let's see. Right now, I am. Well, this is my second deferment year for college, so I'm staying home another year.
Nice.
I wasn't home last year. I was in Spain last year for a gap year.
Oh, sick.
And due to certain medical difficulties, it was better for me to stay, which sucks, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm here. I'm at home, doing some vision therapy, taking a class right now at ACC, just to do get some gen eds and credit out of the way. And then I had a job at Chick-fil-A. I just quit recently.
Yeah, I saw. I was gonna bring that
thank
up. I
God.
saw that on your Instagram.
Yeah, I was like, finally. I mean, well, that's a whole nother story in of itself. But yeah, I got off a job at Chick-fil-A. I'm on the job search right now, but we'll see how that pans out, depending on what the summer plans are and how that'll affect everything. And then what else? That, and then yeah, I'm planning to go to Benedictine College in the fall for real this time. And yeah, nothing big there.
It's exciting.
What happened with the comedy stuff? I was curious about that stuff.
That it's been an interesting ride. I've these last couple of years for me creatively have been like up and down, up and down. Like I'll find a spot where like I'm really getting into something, I want to do something, I'll get into it and then I'll stop.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I'll do it some and then stop, and then like just because it's a mixture of like I want to do this stuff, but there's so much other stuff that's going on around me that needs more attention.
Yeah.
So I ending up just kind of dropping it, and like not that I needed it. Well, I guess I also need a creative break, but also if I'm trying to balance so many projects at once while other things need my attention, that's just gonna stretch my mind
Mm-hmm.
and like unreasonable. It's gonna stretch my mind way too far. So I ended up having to like, okay, let's get this stuff done first. Let's let's take care of myself first, and then when we're ready and when we're able to, kick everything back up again, then
Yeah,
we'll
and you
see.
can prioritize it and get better quality stuff. I definitely understand that.
Yeah, and then specifically with comedy, it's harder because, well, especially for comedians. Well, like you don't just come out, getting Netflix specials or Comedy Central stuff. Like you gotta build up to that. Like you gotta get yourself in the stage. But in order to do that, you have to go to clubs, and clubs
Open
like
mics and bringer
open mics and stuff
shows.
like that. Like unless they're like specifically oriented towards, I guess, maybe younger audiences, or have like, I guess, more accessible to everybody. Most clubs are going to be, like 21. You have to be 20 and over to, like, actually do stuff or, perform. And so for me, as like, I guess, at least if I want to do something in comedy as a side hobby or whatever, like I can't really do much with that. Like I have to find other ways to get the funny out there.
Yeah.
And so for like, in order to do that, that might look a little bit different. Like maybe I just perform in front of friends or family, or for instance, I started a TikTok, which I haven't done anything on that at all. Maybe I want to try something. Maybe I'll try something soon. I don't know. But also lots of comedians are known for doing podcasts, like Bill Burr, or another favorite, he's a lesser known comedian of mine, but I really like him, Zoltan Kazis. Absolutely hilarious. They've known for doing podcasts, so I figured, hey, maybe I can, make a 20-minute, not special, but 20-minute segment, and just, find subjects to talk about and make myself look funny, even if I'm not funny.
Yeah,
But
with
I
the
mean,
like podcasts and stuff. I just
yeah,
listened to I just finished the Two Bears One Cave with Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura. I just listened to like 180 episodes of them, and I finished that recently. And now I'm listening to the Bad Friends with Andrew Santino and Bobby Lee. They're hilarious. I really like them.
So I mean, yeah, everything, like when you're not of age, you have to be more creative and find where your opportunities are, and really kind of, you also really have to kind of spread yourself thin. Like you gotta, advertise yourself. Like, hey, I'm doing a podcast. Like, hey, I'm doing a video, or hey, what do you think of this material, or kind of stuff like that. So
Yeah, that's really
comedy,
hard when
comedy
you're.
with that, it's definitely very hard. So with that, it's a little bit. You need a little extra commitment in there. Is all I'll say.
Yeah, and with school and everything going on, that makes it really hard. I get that.
So
What about
yeah,
you, Kaden?
What about me?
What do you got going on?
Oh, just a lot of school stuff right now. It's the finals grind. Next week is the last normal week of classes, and then I've got finals, and I've got about 20 pages to write between now and this time next week, which I'm pretty ready for, I think, but it's not very interesting stuff, quite frankly.
Yeah, I'm
just make sure you don't spend your time using swivel cameras and laptops.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't be creepy, bro. Just
No,
stop that and you should be fine.
I've only ever bought cameras that don't swivel since that moment. I can't be trusted.
You should buy some that don't have the flash on them either.
Okay. This is funny stuff, guys. I love
this
being
is a
on
slander
here.
podcast. This is actually the Kaden slander podcast now.
No, it's all of us. We slander everyone every single episode.
Yeah, we're like, okay.
Except Jonah hasn't caught enough of it yet.
I know he has. He told some embarrassing stories.
Yeah, but we haven't made fun of him enough. And since he's not here, I feel like I can punch him right now. Like while he's not here to
I feel like that's why you shouldn't.
Yeah. Jonah, I'm shouting you out, you a bitch. Come find me about it.
No, this is the cold open too. I like calling out the cold open. It's fun.
Yeah, I love when you just break the fourth wall in the middle of the pod.
Hey, viewers,
nice
this is the cold open. You like that? And then I'm not gonna make it the cold open. They'll be like, he lied.
And then,
but yeah.
Everything just becomes super meta.
But yeah, I like how we get a new person on and we're like, tell us your most embarrassing story. And then we just work off of
just air out your own like worst moment of your life, Just
Speaking of that, that just reminded me. I feel like I feel like something's just come full circle, because I did recently. Well, not recently. I started a podcast a while ago, but that wasn't even my first podcast. The first podcast I did was with a group of friends from high school, and that just started out like, just kind of like, almost completely like the cow on meth story, but just in a whole nother scale.
Just
So
being like
I was
weird as fuck with your middle school friends, type of deal.
basically, yeah.
Yeah.
But So the way it happened was, I was in religion class of all places, and uh, I don't know how we got on this topic, but my friends and I we're just chatting in class. We're probably working on an assignment or project or whatever, and we started talking about tacos and how like I have in my opinion, like it was better to have soft shell tacos versus hard shell tacos or whatever,
I agree
like
with
with
that.
corn or flowers. And for whatever reason, for whatever reason, we were like, what if we just made a podcast on tacos? Like that's all we talked about was
Oh, you're
tacos.
like, let's taco about it, and that was podcast.
Yeah,
That's
we
good.
called it soft shell podcast.
That's not bad.
And when we first did our I didn't get on the first episode because I think I had something going on, so I couldn't make it. But the first episode that they recorded was it was entirely embarrassing it was all about embarrassing stories, and so like each person had their own embarrassing story to tell. So I feel like everything's coming full circle.
I like that.
That
Embarrassing
is
stories really
excellent.
bring people together. I agree.
Yeah, the only reason I try to like not just make it every single episode is specifically because it's like we're gonna run out at some point. I mean, I have a lot left in the tank when it comes to telling embarrassing stories. But like, if we want to do this podcast for a while, I want to space it out. You know,
I mean, yeah.
I feel like I could. I mean, DeAndre, you and I can definitely like the more that you remember, we can definitely drag this out for like a year.
What a nice girl. I wonder what kind of car she drives.
That's a good one.
That's a good idea.
That is a really good one.
That's a
That
good
was
story, too.
that was one of my better ones, actually.
Do we tell that
was-
story or what?
I mean, I don't even.
Because I don't have
think
another.
I was just. I think it's
podcast.
just that joke was like, we.
I
I
was
forget.
shopping.
We were definitely making jokes about like creepy guys in the moment, and then like I saw this girl who was cute, and I just go, what a nice young lady. I wonder what kind of car she drives.
Nah, you're remembering it wrong. You're remembering it. I remember the story.
Okay. Okay.
Right?
Do it.
We're
Jordan.
at King Supers, right? I am shopping because that's our job. We're the shoppers, and we take it back to our room or whatever. I'm in aisle 7. I see this chick, this Latina chick. I'm like, she kind of bad. And you're on the radio. I'm like, hey, Kaden, because I think it was just you and me, so we could say this stuff over the radio, unless we were calling on the phone, which might actually be what we were doing. Because, we just couldn't get enough of each other. We're like bestest of friendos or something. I don't know. But I was like, this chick is bad. And her pants, she got like some yellow pants on. They were like joggers or something like that, or maybe like sweats, but they were kind of like tight sweats, So I was like, she's cute. She got like long straight hair, Latina chick. And I was like, Kaden, you got to come over and see this. This chick is bad. And you're like, what a nice young lady. I wonder what kind of car she drives over the phone or the radio. Like you hadn't even seen her yet. And I was like, yeah. And I just started dying laughing. I had to get out of the aisle because she would have seen me. It was a whole thing. It was great.
I was cooking.
You were cooking.
I was cooking. That was hilarious. But,
It's like when you were. It's also like when you were taking out orders to the cars and you like were trying not to laugh, and I just start shouting the N-word over
Oh my
and
god,
over.
I remember that so vividly because we had like whenever it was just DeAndre and I in the department, he would like because the walkie-talkies had like earpieces, so I could hear, but like the customer couldn't, right? And so I would like have this thing in my ear, and I'd be like loading this person's car and like trying to make small talk, like, all right, how's your day going? You're all good to go. Just get out of here, dumbass. That type of stuff. And
Customer service.
And DeAndre would be in my ear, just moaning his ass off, or
Making
like
jokes,
saying the N-word like 50 times.
Like if somebody like
just
tuned into our channel,
desperately trying to get me to laugh. Yeah, I always had this one like this dream that one day
a manager would
a customer would for some reason have like the radio in their car tuned to the same channel as our walkie-talkies, and it would just be your voice like blasting out to the car. It never happened, but God, it would have been funny.
Or if like one of the managers tuned into the radio to ask us a question, they're like, a hate crime is happening right now. That'd be hilarious.
Oh my God.
We had fun there.
There were definitely times where I almost broke and it was rough, but I managed. I never had a customer look at me funny or say like what the fuck, so I did good. But God, I was close a few times. I don't think I ever got you as well as you got me, but I did have one though. What was it? Like I had something. Do you remember what it was? I think I
I don't
broke you
think I
one time.
do.
Aw, man, that
I think
sucks,
actually
'cause
no, I do remember
the
because I
moment.
remember I was in one of the aisles. And you're like, I don't have anything to say back, and I was like, just say the N-word, and then you just did, and I was like, damn, bro.
I did not. What are you fucking talking about, dude? No,
Man's
you need
giving
to
the
you need
N-word
to
afterwards.
you need to put disclaimers on this shit so people don't think these stories are real, bro. You gotta fucking preface that. You can't just say that, Deidre. You're gonna fucking ruin my reputation, bro.
Okay,
Of
here's
being
the
a giant
disclaimer.
asshole.
If they listen this far, he does not say the N-word regularly.
Thank you, ever.
Ever. He doesn't say it
Not
ever.
regularly, ever. Thank you, Deidre.
Should I show
back
them
to the,
Deidre?
uncomfortable silence. Yes, you should show them Deidre.
I'll
I
figure out a way to,
I should tell the Deidre story. So one time, DeAndre actually put in an order, like for the pickup at King Supers, which was the department we worked in, and yeah, you actually put in an order, and didn't you call in to like ask them if it was ready? Was that the context?
Call in the store or something? What do you mean?
Yeah, you called the store, but like, why were you calling them again? I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. You called the store to ask them something about your order, and you were kind of trying to tell them like they were trying to figure out who you were, and so you said I've got an order between 7 and 8 or whatever, and he's the lady on the phone is like looking at the computer and she goes, "Oh, is this Deidre?" And
What was it, like
I've called him
Lorraine or
that ever
something?
since. It must have. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how she didn't recognize your voice, but yeah. So ever since that moment, I've called him Deidre.
I know
Because
substitute
it's so
teachers.
funny.
Substitute teachers from like middle school and high school. They'd always call me Deandra, and I was like, why?
What?
Yeah, because they just like read the name, but they just didn't
Have they
know if
just,
I was
like,
a guy.
Never met
A black person?
before?
Yeah.
Like what? Like what the hell
They're
is
like
that?
D Tyrone. Yep, that's me.
And then so a couple weeks ago, I made not even like a week ago, I made this TikTok, which was I like did a picture of DeAndre, but I gender swapped it. So it was like the girl version of him, and then I posted it on TikTok with the caption "would," because I would fuck that. It was hilarious, but it occurred to me afterwards that it's like, yo, that's a female version of DeAndre. It's Deidre. Like it's actually Deidre. We have a face to the name now. So that's what he's gonna put on screen right now. Is a photo of Deidre.
Did you not? Did you get on the? You should have got on the trend where they started doing TikToks where it's like if you wouldn't date the opposite gender version of you, then your standards are too high.
No, that's exactly what I did.
Yeah,
I filmed it exactly like that, and then but it was not me. It was DeAndre.
Well, you should do one of yourself too.
Nah, I'm too hot.
Oh, I did one of Kaden actually. I'll show you that one. I'll send it in the group chat.
Yeah, I'm a baddie.
I don't know. He's got like curly hair. It looks like he's culturally appropriating or something. I don't know.
What?
Do you not remember the picture?
Yeah, I do. It's not cultural appropriation to have curly hair, you dumbass.
Ah, the way you wore it.
I have curly hair. What are you talking about? What's going on
Man's
here,
has
man?
Man's has it natural.
Man, the amount of times I've been accused of having a perm is disgusting. The amount of times that people think that I like artificially curl my hair, it pisses me off so much, bro. I worked hard doing nothing to earn this hair, and I will be damned if it gets slandered.
Okay, I'm gonna play this video. You guys won't be able to see it, unfortunately, because I haven't figured out how to.
What is it?
It's just the wood video.
Yeah. Okay. Dominic, I'll send it to you. Also, my phone broke, so I don't actually know if I still have your number.
Ooh, I want to play another video that I have saved on here on my computer. Oh, it's the next one.
So are we just gonna end the podcast with us watching our own TikToks?
No, it's not a TikTok. It's even better.
Fantastic. How much time are we at, by the way? Should we consider ending the podcast?
the
Because I think
title
we're at
is
45 minutes right now.
the title is "I Broke My Cube"
Oh!
by the Mixed Up All Star.
Hey, have you tried? Have you ever considered? No, okay, I'm not gonna do this.
Don't lubricate your cube. Oh, let's
Dude,
say that one
enough,
too.
please. Haven't I suffered enough today, man? Just get off my dick, please. I'm so tired of.
Did you ever
Dude.
see those, Dominic?
No.
His Rubik's Cube, like
My
YouTube
Rubik's
videos.
Cube YouTube channel from like
No.
fifth grade,
Bro,
seventh
one of
grade or
his
something.
videos, his "Don't Lubricate Your Cube" has like 2.3 thousand views, bro.
Dude, my tutorials went stupid, bro. Those things
Yeah.
have tons of views.
And I didn't want you to delete
was-
them, so I just screen recorded them. So now I have
I
all of
was
them.
cooking. No, I don't remember the password. They're gonna be up forever.
Oh, that's awesome. I like that. That's great.
Yeah.
What? I don't know. What did I just... I'm confused. There's a Bing search bar on my computer and I didn't put it here. It's just like floating. Close it? Yeah, don't. What? Auto launch. Okay, that's confusing. All right. Do we have any more?
I think we should. I think we should call it. We're at 45
We should call
minutes.
it. All right. Do you have anything you want to plug, Dom? Your LVI Productions or anything?
Well, I guess why not? Shameless plug. Why not? I'm hoping to get back into the creative flow sooner or later. But if you guys want to follow the Instagram, that's you can find it at LVI Productions. And if you can find and then the TikTok will be under LVI Productions as well. Although it might be LVI Productions 56 or 50, 56 56 Productions, whatever. But yeah, find me on Instagram, find me on TikTok, and I guess stay tuned for more. Hope to make more content and get some funny out.
Get your money and match your funny.
And, yeah, that's good.
Good one, Kaden. That was-
Thank you. I can't do
And
it.
feel free
feel
to cringe
do it.
too. I'm full of cringe.
We're gonna have so much fun. We're definitely gonna have you on here again. I'll put your stuff down in the description. I'll post Kaden's Rubik's Cube videos here in a little bit, and
Yes, yes. Can you repost on YouTube?
I don't know.
Should I just add my videos to your channel?
I think I'll get taken down, but I'll try it. I'll do it anyways.
Yeah, I'll copyright strike the hell out of you.
Yeah, you forgot the password. You can't even do it. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
All right, peace out, brothers.